Imagine a machine that can change the tide of war with its power and precision, a beast on the battlefield that holds the key to victory or defeat. In this video, we will dive into the fascinating story of the AMX-30, a tank that became a symbol of innovation, mobility, and firepower. But what makes this tank truly special? Why did it stand out among other military vehicles? By the end of this video, you'll uncover the secrets behind its design, its legacy, and how it became a favorite on the global stage. Stay with us, because what you're about to learn might just change the way you think about armored vehicles forever. The AMX-30's story begins in the aftermath of World War II, a time when many European nations were reassessing their military strength. The world had seen the destructive power of armored vehicles in battle, and it was clear that tanks would play a crucial role in future conflicts. For France, which had relied on outdated American-made tanks like the M47 Patton, a new design was needed, one that could meet the challenges of modern warfare. France wasn't alone in this quest. West Germany and Italy also needed a new generation of battle tanks, leading to a collaboration that initially aimed to create a shared design. However, despite the combined efforts, it soon became clear that France and West Germany had different priorities for their tanks. West Germany developed what would become the Leopard 1, a heavily armored tank designed for defense. France, on the other hand, pursued a different path with the AMX-30. Unlike many of its contemporaries, the AMX-30 wasn't about brute force. It was about mobility, firepower, and strategic flexibility. The idea was simple: a lighter, faster tank could outmaneuver heavier opponents and strike with precision. The core of the AMX-30's design revolved around its formidable 105mm main gun, the CH-105F1. This weapon was designed to pierce through enemy armor with a muzzle velocity of 3,280 feet per second. For comparison, imagine a bullet fired from a rifle. Now multiply its power and size, and you get the AMX-30's cannon. It was capable of penetrating up to 15 inches of armor, a remarkable feat for a tank of its size. But there was a catch: the AMX-30 lacked gun stabilization, meaning that it couldn't fire accurately while moving. In battle, this meant the tank had to stop before firing, a limitation that other more advanced tanks didn't have. Still, this drawback didn't stop the AMX-30 from excelling on the battlefield. The tank's designers had equipped it with a 20mm coaxial cannon, mounted alongside the main gun. This smaller cannon could be elevated independently, giving the tank an edge in close-range combat. In addition, a 7.62mm machine gun was mounted on top of the turret, providing defense against infantry and even low-flying aircraft. This combination of weapons made the AMX-30 a versatile and deadly opponent, capable of taking on a variety of threats. Let's imagine a battlefield scenario. The AMX-30, moving swiftly across rough terrain, spots an enemy tank in the distance. It stops, fires its 105mm cannon, and the round slices through the enemy's armor like a knife through butter. Before the enemy can react, the AMX-30's 20mm cannon begins firing at infantry trying to flank the tank. Meanwhile, the 7.62mm machine gun is spraying rounds at approaching helicopters. In this moment, you can see the AMX-30's true strength, its ability to respond to multiple threats with devastating effectiveness. What made the AMX-30 even more impressive was its speed and mobility. Equipped with a Hispano-Suiza 12-cylinder diesel engine, the tank could reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. While it wasn't the fastest tank on the market, it was fast enough to outmaneuver many of its heavier counterparts. 5 large road wheels supported each track, allowing the tank to cross rough terrain with relative ease. This mobility gave the AMX-30 an edge in hit-and-run tactics, allowing it to strike hard and retreat before the enemy could respond. But tanks are only as good as the soldiers who operate them, and in this regard, the AMX-30 didn't disappoint. The French military quickly adopted the tank, and it became a key component of their armored divisions. But the AMX-30's success didn't stop there. Thanks to its relatively low weight and high firepower, the tank was highly attractive to foreign buyers. Middle Eastern countries in particular were drawn to the AMX-30's capabilities, and it became a favorite export on the global market. Over the course of its production run, which lasted 27 years, more than 3,500 AMX-30s were built. These tanks saw action in a variety of conflicts around the world, from Europe to the Middle East. The AMX-30 wasn't just a product of French engineering. It became a symbol of military excellence in many countries. Its ability to adapt to different terrains and combat situations made it a valuable asset in the global arms market. In many ways, The AMX-30 was a pioneer in tank design. While its armor wasn't the thickest, and its firing-on-the-move capability was limited, it represented a shift in how tanks were used in combat. Rather than relying solely on armor and firepower, the AMX-30 emphasized mobility, speed, and versatility. It was a tank that could perform multiple roles on the battlefield, and it proved that lighter tanks could still pack a punch. One of the most interesting developments related to the AMX-30 was the creation of the 155mm GCT self-propelled gun system. This artillery piece was based on the AMX-30 chassis and provided France with a powerful new tool for long-range fire support. The fact that the AMX-30's chassis could be adapted for other roles shows just how versatile this platform was. It wasn't just a tank, it was the foundation for an entire family of armored vehicles. The AMX-30's legacy continues to be felt today. While modern tanks have surpassed it in terms of technology and firepower, the lessons learned from the AMX-30's design still influence contemporary armored vehicle development. The emphasis on mobility and adaptability remains a key focus for many modern tank designers, proving that the AMX-30 was ahead of its time in many respects. As we reflect on the AMX-30's impact, it's important to remember that this tank wasn't just a machine of war, it was a symbol of France's resilience and ingenuity in the face of new military challenges. It showed that France could create a tank that was not only effective in combat, but also capable of evolving with the times. The AMX-30 may no longer be on the front lines, but its spirit lives on in the tanks that followed. The AMX-30 is a tank that changed the game. Its blend of firepower, mobility, and versatility made it a standout on the battlefield and a favorite among international buyers. While it had its limitations, it also set the stage for future innovations in armored warfare. If you found this story about the AMX-30 fascinating, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We've got plenty more stories about military history, iconic machines, and the tactics that shaped the world. Leave a like, drop a comment below, and let us know which military vehicle you want us to cover next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.